went from there. But I couldn't really, if they never locked me up, I wouldn't be here today because I wasn't gonna let it go. But they knew, police knew that, because I'm not scared. Don't do that to me. Now, I mean, if you're gonna do it, go all the way. Don't give me no chance to come back.
So they tried to take you out in retaliation?
Nah, man. Taking somebody out, it's not hard. Just pull up and do them, especially somebody like me. I'm on the block. I'm out there. People ride by like, this man standing. Yes, I'm standing right here.
Young Thug and YFN Lucci just stepped out of prison. Right. These two have been at each other's necks for years. Bodies dropped, families shattered, the whole city of Atlanta tense like a ticking clock. And what happens the second they both touch down? They show up in the same club, hugging it out like the last decade of madness never even existed. But here's the twist nobody expected. While Thug and Lucci are all smiles, there's one man not feeling this peace wave at all. Lil Woody. Yeah, that Lil Woody, the one who allegedly put in serious work for YSL. The same guy rumored to have handled business with Peanut and somehow never saw the inside of a cell for it. Now he's heated, talking bold, and the streets are whispering that things could spiral again. That so-called truce, it's looking shaky already. If I had a problem with you, you stand on that block. I ain't trying to go back and forth. To understand why Lil Woody is snapping right now, you gotta rewind. This YSL versus YFN beef wasn't rap lyrics and Instagram shots. This was real street warfare. For nearly a decade, Atlanta was locked in a chokehold. Every few months, it felt like another name got added to the list. And here's what makes it crazier. Thug and Lucci weren't always enemies. Back in the day, they were cool. Both grinding through Atlanta's rap scene, both building momentum, getting money, putting on for the city. Somewhere along the way, that bond flipped into one of the ugliest rap beefs Atlanta's ever seen. Right in the center of it, Lil Woody, Thug's alleged shooter. We say alleged for legal reasons, but the streets have their own version. Woody was YSL to the core, no hesitation, ready to ride. And during the YSL RICO trial, his name popped up heavy. The biggest claim? That he took out a guy named Peanut, allegedly part of the ongoing YSL-YFN war that kept stacking bodies. The feds were watching everybody.
It was all because of the YFN Lucci beginning?
I'm just speaking in general. I could have did what I wanted to do to them. I just didn't want to be no innocent people. And when I seen there weren't no innocent people, I showed them that, hey man, don't play with me. I mean, y'all ain't coming to handle business, don't play with me. Shot their ass up.
The city was spinning. But here's the wild part. Woody never went down for it. He stayed free, moving around like nothing happened, even while eyes were everywhere. Meanwhile, both Young Thug and YFN Lucci caught RICO charges. The feds came hard. Thug was staring at life. Lucci was looking at decades. The city was glued to it, waiting to see who'd fold first. Then something shifted. Sitting in prison, fighting for freedom, both men allegedly started realizing this war, the lives lost, the families broken, might not have been worth it. Thug eventually took a plea after one of the longest trials Georgia's seen. Lucci cut his own deal too. And just like that, one by one, they walked free. Atlanta held its breath. Was the war about to reignite? Were shots coming the second they stepped outside? Nobody predicted what happened next. A video hit the internet, viral instantly. Young Thug and YFN Lucci in the same club, not across the room, side by side, laughing, showing love, looking like brothers reconnecting. For some, it was powerful, growth. Two men surviving the fire and choosing peace. The city needed that. But to Lil Woody, that wasn't growth. That was betrayal.
And went from there. But I couldn't really, if they never locked me up, I wouldn't be here today because I wasn't gonna let it go. But they knew, police knew that, because I'm not scared. Don't do that to me.
Next thing
now,
you know,
Woody
lands on DJ Vlad's
platform.
You could see it in his face, tension from the start. Vlad calls the viral moment a big step for Atlanta, says maybe both sides can finally focus on money. Woody cuts in quick. You got a problem with that? You damn right. Then it all pours out, raw. Why y'all ain't do this from the beginning? Why we gotta go through all this just for y'all to finally put money first? You could hear the hurt. People are doing life behind this. Families still grieving. Young dudes gone forever. and now Thug and Lucci clubbing like none of it happened. Woody went deeper. He said he never even wanted enemies. They were friends once. Lucci not even my enemy. But in his eyes, the way it was handled, selfish. And he exposed something the rap world rarely says out loud. When rap wars pop off, it's not just the stars who suffer. It's the shooters, the soldiers, the ones in the trenches. They're the ones who lose everything when the bosses decide to shake hands. Then he dropped a bomb. Before everything exploded, he claims he talked to Thug about ending it, said he was willing to go sit down with the other side and squash it. According to Woody, they were open to peace back then. Atlanta's about money, not destruction. But instead, it escalated into a full-blown street war. Now, after years lost, lives taken, families crushed, they're acting cool? Woody wasn't buying it. Then Vlad brought up another sensitive point. During the height of the beef, Lucci's mom's house allegedly got shot at. How do you come back from that? Woody broke it down calmly. Lucci was on tour in Tampa when he got the call. Around 15 shots hit his mama's house. Thankfully, nobody was hurt, but that's family. Then there's that lyric. Thug allegedly rapped, "I shot at his mommy." The internet connected dots instantly. Woody pushed back. No names were mentioned. Fans filled in blanks. And he insisted, from what he knows, Thug personally never shot at anybody's mother. Still, in street politics, if you're the leader, you carry responsibility. That's how it works. So when people saw Thug and Lucci partying together after all that, for some, it felt strategic, business, not genuine healing. Woody made it clear he don't hate either of them. He even said he loves Thug, but he don't like how it was handled. To him, there's a difference between ending violence and acting like best friends. If they came home and said, "We done with the beef," that's powerful. But bottles in the club, that's different. After the interview dropped, Atlanta split in half. One side says it's growth. Two men who faced life sentences, lost friends, and survived RICO cases choosing peace. That's maturity. The other side says it's disrespect. There are people sitting in prison for life because of that war. Families who buried sons. To them, this isn't healing. It's reopening wounds. Social media went crazy. Some call Woody bitter. Others say he's the only one bold enough to say what everybody else is thinking. But here's where it gets risky. Woody's talking openly about street business, calling the peace fake, saying the leaders forgot about the ones who bled for him. That kind of talk, it can reignite old flames. And Woody isn't some random voice online. He allegedly was deep in it. People know his name. His words carry weight. So what does this mean for hip-hop and the streets? It exposes an uncomfortable truth. When leaders go to war, they're not always the ones pulling triggers. It's the young ones, the soldiers. And when leaders decide they're done beefing, those same soldiers are left with scars, trauma, and life sentences. Woody's speaking for those people. Loyalty in street politics gets messy. He still rocks with Thug. He said that. But watching someone you risked everything for switch lanes like this, that creates tension you can't just ignore. Now, the city waits. Is this real peace, or is it just a calm before another storm they once stood on? That's a different kind of hurt. When loyalty turns into straight confusion, now Woody's left with the real question. When the person you were ready to ride for starts moving in ways you don't agree with, what do? And here's another layer people don't talk about enough. We consume hip-hop beef like it's just entertainment. From the outside, seeing Thug and Lucci together again looks dope, feels mature, feels like growth. But for the ones who actually lived it, who buried friends, sat in cells, lost years of their lives, it hits different. Behind every rap war, there are real consequences. This wasn't just bars and diss tracks. People died. Others are still locked up. Families were torn apart. That pain doesn't disappear because a viral clip says it's squashed. This isn't a Netflix series. It's real life, and some wounds never close. Right now, things are genuinely tense. Lil Woody said his piece on a massive platform, and millions heard him question that so-called peace between Young Thug and YFN Lucci. The interview spread like wildfire, clips everywhere, fans breaking down every sentence. Meanwhile, Thug and Lucci, silent. No statements, no reactions. Maybe they think responding would only fuel the fire. Maybe they're choosing to move quietly. But in street politics, silence speaks loud. Some see it as maturity, like they're above the drama now, focused on peace and money. Others see it as dismissive, like they don't care how their own people feel after everything that went down. And here's the dangerous part. When someone respected like Woody publicly calls the peace fake and disrespectful, that kind of energy can stir things up. It gives others who feel the same way the confidence to speak, or worse. The streets are watching, social media even more. All it takes is one wrong word, one reckless move, and this fragile truce could crumble fast. There might be others in YSL who quietly agree with Woody but haven't spoken yet. Once one voice breaks the ice, more can follow. That's how old beefs crawl back from the grave. One cosign, tension builds, and suddenly we're back at square one.
And here's what makes it even more complicated. Both Thug and Lucci are still on probation or supervised release. They can't afford anything that even smells like drama. If violence pops off and it's even loosely connected to them, that's a fast trip back to prison. So keeping it cool isn't just smart, it's survival. But what about guys like Woody? The ones not on paper, the ones feeling betrayed, the ones who believe they sacrificed everything while the leaders pivoted. That's the wild card. Emotions, pride, loyalty, that mix is unpredictable. At the end of the day, this situation says a lot about the culture. Peace sounds beautiful, but it's complicated. Forgiveness is powerful, but it's heavy. Moving forward is smart, but it doesn't erase the past. Woody's asking tough questions. How do you preach peace when people already paid the ultimate price? How do you tell someone to let it go when they lost friends or freedom over a war they didn't start? How do soldiers react when the generals switch strategy? There are no easy answers. But one thing's clear, we need more conversations like this. These beefs aren't just industry drama. There are real lives wrapped up in them. Trauma that doesn't trend, losses that don't get sympathy. For Thug and Lucci, hopefully this is real growth, not just optics. Hopefully the time behind bars taught lessons that stick, and hopefully they use their influence to steer the next generation away from repeating the same cycle. Because if all that pain doesn't lead to change, then what was it for? Now the world is watching. This isn't just about one interview anymore. It's about what message this sends to the streets, the industry, and every young artist paying attention.
This saga has layers. On one side, the streets, where loyalty and respect are everything. On the other, the industry, where money and perception run the game. When those worlds collide, it gets messy fast. That's exactly where Thug and Lucci are standing, trying to balance business with street credibility while everyone picks sides. Fans online are turning it into a movie. Old lyrics resurfacing, old posts dissected, theories flying. But people forget, these are real lives. Every word and reaction can stir emotions in people who've already lost too much. Woody's voice keeps echoing. Agree or not, he said what others were thinking. He became the voice for those who feel forgotten, the ones who sacrificed and now feel like it was all for nothing. That's why it stinks. It's not about clout, it's about principle. Now this could go one of two ways. Option one, the city takes this as a wake-up call. Artists and fans realize the pain isn't worth another round. Peace isn't weakness, it's evolution. Maybe the next generation learns that success isn't about how many enemies you have, but how many people you uplift. Option two, pride wins. Old wounds reopen, new names get dragged in. Growth turns back into retaliation, and all it takes is one ego, one misunderstanding, one reckless post. Right now, Thug and Lucci are at a crossroads. They can double down on peace and prove it's real, or let the noise pull them back into the fire. And whether he meant to or not, Woody reignited a conversation the culture needed. Hip-hop has glamorized street energy for decades, the beef, the power, the chaos, but we rarely focus on the aftermath, the broken homes, the locked cells, the lost potential. Maybe this is a turning point. Maybe this is where Atlanta and hip-hop decides enough is enough.
Peace doesn't erase pain, but it can stop it from spreading. And if Thug, Lucci, and even Woody can turn this tension into a lesson for the next generation, that might be the most powerful outcome of all. Because this isn't just about rap, it's about growth, accountability, survival. As the dust settles, it's clear this story isn't fading, it's evolving. Atlanta feels uneasy, like the whole city is holding its breath. The silence from Thug and Lucci speaks volumes. The whispers speak louder. Behind the scenes, OGs, producers, and managers reportedly trying to keep things calm. Everyone knows what's at stake. One wrong move could undo years of progress. Lil Woody's name stays trending. Some call him solid for standing on principle. Others call him reckless for putting it all out there. Either way, he shifted the narrative. He forced a real conversation about loyalty and forgiveness.
Social media isn't helping. Every clip remixed into memes, debates, arguments. But while the internet jokes, the people involved move carefully. Loud words online can echo dangerously offline. This whole moment forces bigger questions. When does loyalty become a trap? When does pride cost too much? Can street respect and peace really coexist? Right now, Atlanta has two paths. One where unity wins, where peace equals strength, where making it home safe is the real victory. Or the same old road, where pride takes over and the streets write another tragic ending. Everyone's watching how Thug and Lucci move next. If they stand firm on peace, it could shift the energy entirely. If tension builds, things could get dark fast. One thing's certain, this isn't over. For Lil Woody, I hope he finds peace too. You can tell he's carrying a lot. Pain, anger, confusion from everything he's allegedly been through. That weight is real, and healing looks different for everybody. When you strip away the fame and headlines, this isn't just content. These are real people, real losses, real scars. Behind every viral moment is somebody's son, somebody's brother, somebody who might never come home. The culture has gotten too comfortable treating pain like entertainment. We scroll, debate, and move on, but the scars remain. So now the big question, is this truly the end of YSL versus YFN? Or is this just a pause before another storm? Only time will tell. But whatever happens next will shape Atlanta's music scene for years. This moment could be remembered as the day the cycle finally broke, or the day history repeated itself. So what do you think? Was Woody right to call it out? Was he standing on principle or holding on the pain? Should Thug and Lucci keep pushing forward and ignore the noise? Or was this piece never solid to begin with? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. And before you leave, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with someone who's been following the story. Keep it respectful. This isn't just gossip, it's growth. Real recognize real, but real also knows when it's time to let go. Stay safe. Peace isn't easy, but it's the only way we get to see the next chapter.